Yes, hello everyone, and we continue with our live on-air show. Of course, you can always find us on Ustream.tv. Just search Olga Show, and we are there right now as we speak. And as I promised you, we do have guest coming up who is talking with us, actually, yes, it's working with us, and they have a interesting program behind our windows. So would you please introduce herself and who you are?
Yes. Yes, I'm Erica Atreya from the San Jose Art Salon.
Okay.
And we have a group of 11 artists tonight putting on a great variety of art, vastly different styles and backgrounds of artists. And we have a show tonight from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we're going to have live music and some lovely treats provided by T-Rex Catering. So appreciate it if y'all can come out.
Now tell me about your event. Why do you do that? And what excites you to do that?
Pretty much, well, our group, which was started by Shannon Amadin, started out as about 5 people that were close friends at her house. She recently had a baby last year, and being a mom and being an artist and working can be difficult, so she started kind of bringing people to her, and we started meeting up monthly, and then our salon has grown, and we're up to about 15 members now, 11 of which are participating in this show tonight. And for me personally, my art strives from, I do pain art. I have fibromyalgia, which is a chronic pain disease that has been under-researched and under-diagnosed for many years. So my passion kind of lays behind that in educating people about disabilities and invisible illnesses.
So now this is muscle illness, is that correct?
Yes, it leans into, it's not labeled as an autoimmune disease, but it has a lot of the same symptoms as autoimmune diseases like lupus and MS and such.
So you constantly in pain, or what's happening? Because you're an artist, and I know it's not easy when you're constantly sick.
Right, very true, very true. It is challenging, and which is part of why art is also kind of a savior, to have something that I can do, and I can do from home and be passionate about, and share also my experience with people and educate them about invisible illnesses. But it is, symptom-wise, it's the best way that's been described ever by anybody with fibromyalgia is that if you picture your worst flu that you've ever had and imagine being stuck in those symptoms for the rest of your life. And you'll have some days that are a little better than others, but most days are just chronic fatigue, achy muscles, and weakness.
So basically, as I read, and I have been going through many symptoms like that myself, being fatigued and tired constantly, you get frustrated and you get angry and you get impatient, and then do you familiar with those?
Yes, very much so. It's actually depression comes along with this condition, and you also find yourself friends not understanding you, or even being in large communities like this, you have to be careful because they might not understand. Well, she's sick every day, and people can get frustrated with you because most people aren't sick every day, and it takes patience from myself and my loved ones and friends and colleagues to kind of put up with that type of sickness.
And you're very young. I don't know if it's okay to ask how old are you usually.
It's a compliment when you say very young, since people can't see me, but I'm 37.
Yeah, they can see you on camera and they will see you on YouTube. So okay. There's like surprises.
Okay. Well,
innovative. Yes, for those who just turn in Ustream.tv, search Olga Show, and later it would be on YouTube or in my website, olgashow.org.
That's fine. I'm not wanted, so it's okay.
Well, we make you wanted. We make people famous in Russia, American, global. Yes.
Okay. I just no America's Most Wanted. I'm fine with being on.
Well, we're not assuring anything, but as to our knowledge, she's not on any of the Most Wanted lists.
And you are a good-looking lady, and
thank you.
still being in pain, it's not the best, of course, desire to be in, and being depressed or just like being not normal physically basically stops you to be efficient in many ways, if not all of them.
Very true.
And I don't know, how old have you been when you diagnosed with disease? As a child or later in your life?
I've been sick since I was 19. And I wasn't actually diagnosed till around age 23. So it's been a long time that I've been living with it.
And what drove you to art?
I've actually enjoyed creating art since I was a kid. Really didn't get to produce much art throughout my life. I worked 3 jobs to survive. Don't have a great educational background, so I waitress, managed apartments and such. I was blessed 10 years ago. My husband that I've been married to, Krishna, for 10 years now, and he has a good job and he provides for me. So I get to actually play the role of artist now and do events like this, which take up a lot of my time. So but what drives me with the art, like I kind of mentioned before, it is awareness. It truly is awareness of invisible illnesses. Even depression, which is another invisible illness, people don't really look at depression or mental illness as a real illness, and it really is.
So while we playing music before, the diamonds are the girls' best friends. What would be your best friends in your situation of disability of many years?
Well, I don't want to make a joke, but probably pain medication. And I have to be honest, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I have a very strange sense of humor, but my humor is what actually keeps me going every day. So when you said the dimes are, I just thought of the medicine I take, because I really, in the sleeping pills, I can't function without my medication.
Now, in terms of your art, you know that we can actually bring the art. If you have any to show in front of cameras, that would be good. We can play music or kind of discuss what this art studio about. But if you have anything to show, or you can probably describe what is that. Is it painting, sculptures? What do you do?
It's actually, I do have some pieces in the gallery, but most of the art is, lately I've been doing digital art. I have a Samsung notepad, which is basically just like drawing. It's like drawing on a piece of
we're
paper.
waiting them as a guest. Would be nice to have them and explain more about their tablets and what they can do. Apparently you're using that. That's
those are really helpful with my condition because I have a tremor and it's very hard to create art. But I do also paint in acrylic on canvas, more of a traditional style of painting. It takes me many months to finish a painting. A lot of people I know, they can produce maybe 5 paintings in a month. Because they have the energy and they have all this ability. For me, it takes a few months every piece I produce, and the pieces vary. Most of them are basically, a lot of them are of a woman in pain and nerve endings. I studied a lot of how to draw the nerve endings and the ganglia of the brain and different things like that.
So in your group, do you have other disabled artists?
We have, I wouldn't say disabled, but we are a group of artists that really have different backgrounds. So, being moms or being a single mom, the challenge of being an artist, because, a lot of art groups that we have out in San Jose are very young, and it's sometimes easier when you're young, before you have the commitment of being married or children or any sickness. And for those people, it's a little more easier to produce a lot of art and work a job and then do art at night. So in our group, I wouldn't say any actual disabilities, but our group is based on just really, we're like a large family.
So large family, love of art.
Yes.
Bringing peace, because like instead of being angry, screaming, yelling at everyone or whatever you could possibly do in pain, but you create something.
Yes.
And that's the message I'm trying to probably put through the art, and you probably trying to put through the art. And also you bring awareness about, you're calling silent or invisible.
Invisible illnesses.
Invisible illnesses. So what's the challenges you have and how you overcoming them?
Well, basically, it's every day is just kind of getting through the day. I get through my challenges by keeping up hope and always researching and trying different alternative medicines, and whether it's vitamins or herbal supplements for the fibromyalgia. It's a little different for me. My life is planned a little differently. A lot of people are kind of on a track of, okay, I'm going to have this many kids and I'm going to buy this house, and for me it's more like it's a day-to-day thing. Like, I try to keep up a positive attitude, try to be good to other people and live my life in a happy way, and that's how I live my life. So.
Where do you find your happiness?
I find it in art, definitely, of course, and with my husband for being so supportive and staying with me and kind of going through things with me, because for him it's extremely hard. So.
All right. Yeah, that's would be hard, and being together with a sick person, it's actually rewarding. If he is here, I would like to say thank you.
No, he's almost here.
Yeah, because this is very unusual to see, and when it's happened, I respect that, and I just being proud of this, I let know everyone in the world who will watch our program today, tomorrow, or any other day that it exists.
Right.
And we have somebody and something to be proud of. Maybe not something, but yes, happiness and creativity and being creative still. And innovation, you use an innovation here as well, digital art, and trying to find yourself being productive for the community.
Right. Thank you.
So we have this exhibit. Today is opening reception.
Yes, it's opening reception.
From 7 to 9 p.m.
10, actually. 10.
7 to 10 p.m. Wow, I gonna party my
There you
program
go.
until 9. But you see this, I still have a chance. From 9 to 10 I'm gonna party with you guys. Okay. So sign me in. Usually it was going until 9 p.m. But and then you have music and food. And
we have, he'll be going on shortly, actually, playing about a 45-minute set. We have Alex Pansoy is going to be playing some live music for us, kind of a really nice acoustic set. And like I said, we have some really nice treats, some food from T-Rex Catering. And
T-Rex.
T-Rex Catering.
Yeah, I
Sounds
know
like a
that.
very powerful catering company.
yes, very
Yes.
powerful and some very good treats.
All right. And of course, we welcome to perform your artist here too as well. And I see some organizers walking by here through our glass window. So you are guys very busy out there. And
Yes.
so that exhibits will stay here for about a month.
They are actually up. They will have another show starting in April. This exhibit is up from today, the 15th, through the 29th. So
29th
you can
of
see it.
April.
Yes.
Okay, that's very good.
Yes.
And we can also buy it, right? If you
Of
like
course,
any
yes.
pieces.
Yes, all art is for sale in this event. So we have 75 pieces
Wow,
between
that's a
11
lot of
artists.
pieces.
That's a lot of-
yeah,
that's a lot of art.
it's really, that's why it's a great show, because it's not looking at just a few things. You really have a ton of different types of art.
So I know that it's free. We don't charge you anything, maybe from some small percentage from the sales of the pieces.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. Do you think it's helpful for the
It is
artists?
extremely helpful when we have venues like this, because I do a lot of shows with San Jose Art Salon and other groups that I'm with, and it is nice when that percentage. It's a perfect quid quo pro. It's the way it should be. Charging for a venue is really, with artists, is kind of hard. Most artists don't make a lot of money, so charging up front a fee just to have a venue can be really difficult. So we appreciate the radio station, and Lourdes providing us with this space.
And then we're making you famous on top of that.
No, I
With the
know, right?
exposure. And now you're not only showing your pieces, we talk out loud about your pieces and letting everybody know that it's actually exists.
Yes, thank you.
And that you can come and visit. By the way, the address is 2905 South King Road, 2905 South King Road, and tonight we have opening reception from 7 to 10 p.m. Please join us to see 75 pieces, listen to the wonderful music, meet the artist yourself, and then until 29th those exhibits are available for your view and purchase. If you like it, please let us know and let artists know, and we can probably talk about you as well in our program, because we would like to know why you wanted to help our artists, as today we have disabled artists who, being creative and hardworking, continue bringing good to the society and feeling good. So when we were talking about anxiety and nightmares about work, I mean, sometimes people would not have work but still have nightmares and pain.
Mm-hmm.
So and trying to overcome this, it's also not easy.
Right. Very true.
And so tell me, did you grow up in California?
Yes, I grew up, I've been in San Jose for about 12 years now, and I grew up a good portion in San Francisco in the Marina District. My parents managed motels, actually, and so yeah, Marina District, traveled here and there throughout my life.
And Marina District, where is that? Here in California?
Oh yeah, no, it's San Francisco.
San Francisco District.
Yeah, it's a nice little area in San Francisco, and yeah, I've traveled quite a bit though. I wouldn't want to name all the places. That would take up a long time on your show.
Okay.
My parents were kind of hippies, and so.
And I think you still have some style of it too. Krishna.
Well, my husband is originally from India, from Hyderabad, so I have my Indian get up on today, kind of. But
Oh wow! I lived in Hyderabad for like a couple. I lived there from like, so I was like 7 to like 9ish.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So.
The traffic in Hyderabad is definitely incredibly memorable.
Yes.
Nothing
that is
makes you fear for your life during driving in Hyderabad for a bit.
So no lines, no stoplights, or if they exist,
no, there
they
are plenty of stoplights. It's just for in Hyderabad, stoplights are kind of like art. They're very pretty. They're on the side of the road, but we don't tell them how to live our lives. But they don't tell us how to live our lives.
Okay, so you just have it like for
decoration.
It's a great decoration on one side of. Oh, pretty red, green. I don't care. I'm going.
Yeah, I have to go. So you
Sorry,
go.
so I have places to be, and this little light on the right side of the road is not telling me when I'm getting there.
Yeah, very true, very true. It was an experience visiting Hyderabad. It was, and it was challenging for me with my illness, because I was sick the whole time there, and you know, it's my immune system like doesn't handle travel very well. So that was such a long distance travel that it really wore me out. But it was great visiting my husband's family. He has a very large family, so as you can imagine.
Right. And what is this? You have jewelry? Is it like something special?
Actually, it is. This was purchased, went with a couple of good friends to Sedona, which is, Sedona's known in Arizona for their healing vortexes. And so there's a lot of spiritual healers in Sedona, Arizona, and like different shops that do healing stuff. And this is just a little trinket that's supposed to bring health, good health. So.
And now I noticed that your earrings, and I have some of those, not today, but it's like feathers.
Yes.
So what that's all about? Because I did buy it, and I thought it looks pretty, but maybe it has some meaning.
I don't think feathers have. I mean, it might for some people. For me, like I said, I come from a hippie family that was very popular in the 70s and even somewhat in the 80s, and I never grew out of the fashion. I love feathered earrings and the little feather clips in the hair. It's a style that I think anybody can wear, and it looks great. But for me, it has no particular meaning.
So, do you sing? Being hippie, I mean, they usually like, I don't know.
The campfire and singing.
Campfire and the acoustic guitar and the tambourine.
Do you have the tie-dyed van with the peace symbols on the side?
Not quite. We did have a giant station wagon with the wood panels. That's what my parents drove most of my youth. But no, not the station wagon. I drive a Prius, so I've more moved the
modern
hippie. Yes, yuppie. So it's Silicon Valley.
Greener hippie.
Yes,
Greener hippie.
Greener hippie, yes.
You still have to tie-dye it and attach a giant peace symbol to be completely hippie.
I could do that. My husband might not like that.
So I was wondering if you belong to any association, disability, or wherever exist
like,
in Bay Area or in America.
Not really. Nothing like that. and I'm not like on any benefits or anything. My husband has insurance and such, but and I'm not really. I'm on Facebook. I'm basically found so many fibromyalgia sites that they have. Some of them have hundreds of thousands on them, and they range all the way, whether it's in China, India, the UK. There's people all around the world that have different illnesses that are similar to mine or are fibromyalgia. So those are the only organizations like I'm a part of, but nothing like no support groups or anything around here.
So how people can find you on Facebook or see your art, or maybe it's website where they can see your art?
They can actually, I don't have the call letters with me. It's actually a big part of fibromyalgia, something called fibrofog, where your brain does not work very well, and mine has gotten really bad. But I can be just easy about it. For me, if you Google Atreya Art, ATREYART, you'll come up with all my links. I don't have the actual .com thingy in my head to be able to tell you, but if you were Atreya Art and you Google that, you would come up with about 5 links for me.
Okay. And I know that we usually have few minutes after my 7 o'clock show, we're learning some Russian. Would you like to learn Russian and stay a little longer after commercial break? And we're gonna train your brain in some Russian creative way, talking about art.
Yeah.
Well, I could probably take a few moments. It looks like most of my team has shown up from the art group, and I think they can handle things. I could take a few moments.
Right, and
Yes.
then we can actually bring them here possibly and invite them. Actually, if you can bring some of the people probably for at least short exposure here
Sure.
as we have few minutes to run, and we do have phone call. Okay, so let me take the phone call and discuss that further, because we do have to accept our phone calls. By the way, for those who are trying to call us, 408-912-5265, 408-912-5265.